So, welcome to another lecture series on data structures. So, in the last session, we have discussed about what an abstract data type is about, and we have discussed about the abstract view and logical view with the help of smartphone. So, abstract view and implementation view with the help of an example smartphone. In today's lecture, we are going to see about a list ADT. So, do you have any idea of what a list is about? Let us take a general example, a daily scenario. So you would have heard of to-do list, right? So in your to-do list, you will list down all the activities that you need to perform. So let us take one example list, which is assignment list. So what do we store in the assignment list? What are the upcoming assignments you have? What are the deadlines of the assignment and what are the assignment topic? All those details will be stored in the to-do list. Will you store grocery details in your assignment list? Yes or no? Absolutely no. The answer is absolutely no, right? So why don't you store your grocery details in the assignment list? It is because this particular list is created exclusively for storing the details of the assignment. So obviously you will not store any other details except assignment in the assignment list, correct? So a list can hold items or data of single type. If it is an assignment list, it will hold only the details of about the assignment. If it is a grocery list, you will not include the details of assignment into the grocery list. Likewise, correct? So if it is a grocery list, it will store only the details of the groceries that you need to purchase. The same concept is applied to list ADT. So a list will contain, so list is similar to an array. So it can contain elements of same data type. So if you are storing elements of integer data type in a list, you can store only integer elements. So if you want to store float items, you can store only float items. So you cannot mix up both integer and float in a single list. So list is defined as the ordered set of elements, and a list will have specific size. And each item in the list except the first item and the last item will have a predecessor and a successor. So for example, if I'm creating a list of size 5, it means I can store maximum of 5 elements into the list. So I cannot store more than 5 elements. A sixth value cannot be inserted into the list since the size of the list is declared as 5. So there are several operations that I can perform on a list, and some of them are, if I want to insert an element into a specific position in the list, I can insert. If I want to delete an element, I can delete. So if I want to find the position of an element, I can find the position. So remember, this position is different from index. So the index of an array, it starts from 0, but position, it is something different. So the first element is considered to be at position 1. Second element is considered to be at position 2. But first element is considered to be at an index 0 and second element is considered to be at index 1. So index can be defined as position minus 1. So the other operations that I can perform on list are finding the successor, finding the predecessor, then you can traverse through the list and you can display all the values in the list. You can make the list empty. So if there is only one element in the list, in a list, does it still consider as list? Let us assume 3 cases. There are only one element in the list. There are no elements in the list. And there are maximum element in this list. Can all these 3 cases be considered as list? Yes, answer is absolutely is. So the list can have 0 element, it can have n elements, or it can have 1 element. So it doesn't matter. So the list can be implemented in 2 ways, array-based implementation and linked list implementation. For now, we will discuss only array-based implementation as we have not seen what a linked list is about. So we will discuss about array-based implementation in this lecture. So what is an array? Again, array is a collection of items or data of same type which are stored in consecutive memory locations. So the main beauty about array is the memory is consecutive and elements are stored in consecutive memory location. It is a static data structure that you are well aware of. what is meant by static data structure? In case of static data structure, you should have the memory been allocated in advance and the size is fixed. So this, since the memory is allocated in advance and the size is fixed, it will waste the memory space when less number of items are stored in the array. And insertion and deletion operations are expensive as it requires more data movements. Because if I look at the following array, if I want to insert an element at position 1, I have to shift 4 elements before inserting. So I have to shift 5 elements here, right? So I have to shift 5 elements before inserting a value. So this insertion and deletion operation will incur more cost. And both finding and printing will take the same number of constant time. So in list ADT, we can create a list, we can insert data in the list, we can delete a data from the list, and we can display all the data in the list. We can search for data in the list. Now let us see how to declare an array. So first, there are two main things required when you are going to declare an array. First, you have to specify the type of data you are going to store in that particular array. So it's specified with the help of int. And you can have to specify the maximum size of the array. So maximum size is different from the number of elements that can be stored in the array. Here, maximum size is specified as 10, which means I can store maximum of 10 elements in this particular array. There is another variable n used here, right? So n represents the number of elements I'm going to store here. So I may store only one element, I may store 2 elements, I may store 5 elements, or I may store 10 elements it's also. So this n value, which is the number of elements I'm going to store, is different from the maximum size. So hope you got a abstract view again. So abstract view about what list ADT about and what are the operations that we can perform on list ADT. So in the next lecture videos, we will discuss about each operation that can be performed in list ADT in detail. So hope you understand this session. Keep watching for knowing more about the operation on list ADT. So thanks for watching.